Alrighty, amigos. What's up? What's up? What's up? Okay, so I know a lot of you guys were waiting to hear about the nice wins on VVUS SGBX. Um, I was short yesterday. I was short swing VVUS, and I was long yesterday SGBX. But today, I'm gonna talk about the beautiful loss that I had today. I took a decent sized loss, 40 RR. This stuff is skewed. Okay, first thing is whenever I post my loss, I'm not looking for sympathy. A lot of the times in the past, I refrained from posting because it constantly I have to deal with my emotions and other people's emotions. Um, I just want to learn and grow, and clearly it was a mistake. So today in this video, I'm gonna go over what happened, why it happened, would I do it again? If not, what did I learn? And for me, I think it's a very unique thing what happened today. And a large portion of the times I would be very, very pissed off and upset at myself. But today I think it's some interesting lessons for me, so I'm excited. I'm going to talk about today's loss on SGBX, and then I'll continue on the fundamental aspect and on the other names like VVUS and everything else. Um, I know there's not many people that watch this. A lot of the videos are long. There's probably like 10, 15 people that watch it. And so if you're one of those people and you enjoy the stuff, click like, uh, ask a question, put a comment. It makes me know that the work and effort, like it's there. It's like benefiting because I know there's no way in hell with day trading and things like that. There's gonna be no monetization, and the videos that I make are not soundbite. They're not 3-4 minute videos, and a lot of people do hate it. But I think my objective is to help. And anyway, so click like, subscribe, put the notification bell on. If you have any questions, I will always answer within the first hour or so. So if that notification bell helps you in that sense, go for it. Okay, so SGBX. What happened? So the reason this is the entries. I was long here in the morning at around 6, and actually I think 540, no, 520, I think. Yeah, I literally close to bottom ticked it. I think 520. I was long 520, and then one account and like 560 or something in the other. I don't know. And then it went from there all the way to 970. I didn't have size. Um, I longed in two different accounts because the thought process is that I longed in two different accounts. One I'm active, the other one I just added ATR, which really helps me because I'm always trying to grow. So if you guys are with this, I've been doing this for 12 years, I think. Ups and down merry-go-round, but I've been doing it for a while, and I still believe as a trader I have room to grow. So one thing that I'm realizing, well, in one account I do quote unquote where I actively manage it, I'm day trading. In the other, I put an ATR. These I manually stopped out. If I didn't manually stop out, more than likely I would have probably sold into the nines. This is all manual. This is not trail stop. So another idiotic mistake on my part. Not idiotic. An improvement. Anyway, so why did I go long in the morning? In the morning, I went long because the thought process was it's a nano float. The offering was, if I recall correctly, the offering was sufficient that they their burn rate was 250K, and I think they raised 2.8 million, so they got 10-11 months of cash left. But my bigger thought process was they needed a high close yesterday. So this was an offering play. Like day two today, I came in with the thought process. If an offering didn't happen, I would have been shorting the pops into the fade or whatever and swing it for the offering if it presented itself. So today, when the offering happened, of course it's a small amount of volume compared to the float. So my thought process was that this is going to be very similar to MBOT potentially. So they would open weak, they would short the traps, and at that point, they would squeeze them. They would squeeze them, and then they would do another bigger offering uh, because the S3 was available. So that I'm not sure if the offering needs to be closed. Sometimes it has to be, sometimes it doesn't. So I wish I could say I know, uh, but yeah. Anyway, that's another day's topic. So in the morning, I'm up a very decent amount here, as you can see. I'm long at the 520s. Okay, I'm gonna talk so that in a way that it benefits me. So I'm talking to myself, and if I do it that way, I will make more of these videos. And so, okay, I'm actively trading here. This is a good trade. I should have added into the VWAP. I didn't have conviction because I was thinking in the morning it washed because I was hoping that it would just skyrocket in the morning. In the first 30 minutes would just like go really high, start topping out at the high of the day, and then wash. I wasn't expecting a 11:30 push. That's why I didn't add, but I should. I have to kind of put my emotions to the side. So this is an area of improvement. And with this account, I should just let my trail stop. If I had let my trail stop go, it would not have. I wouldn't have stopped out. I would have went from $5 to literally 9.50, 9.20 was where I would have. Because I think I had. I think I had a 40-cent stop, a trail stop, 40, 60 cents, 80 cents, 70 cents, something. So 6.50, and I washed down to, let's see what I have stopped out here. 6.60 to 8, yeah. So these are notes that I should be making. So 6.74, and it washed to 5.80. Yeah, that's a dollar stop. So it would have stopped me out. Yeah. Yeah. So I gotta keep in mind of that. Okay. But I still should long here more, especially if it's consolidating. So, I made a decent money on the top side. And the problem is I didn't have enough size. And I was talking to my friend, and I was thinking, you know what? I gotta grow some balls because yesterday I had a beautiful long on it. We'll go over it. I'll make a different video on it, but I had a really good long on it yesterday. I'm gonna see if I can pull up okay. So this is the trade on it yesterday. I longed at 480s and then I sold into $8. And the problem here was when I reflected yesterday is I didn't have enough size. So today I told myself, listen, I know a lot of traders are like, oh, we're a short seller. I have a tough time being long. To be honest, I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck if I'm a short seller or if whatever. My objective here is to make money. And upon reflection from yesterday, I said, I need to size up. I need to size up on this trade when I know it's gonna break the high of the day, I need to just be like, and the short side, I go uncomfortable size. Like if I don't want to say sizes and things like that because that doesn't matter, but like there are times that I would go relatively, don't do this guys, but like I would go a decent amount all in. Like I have 9 different accounts, but one of my accounts, like I would, like if I'm in the money and I'm risking break even, I will go whatever shares I have, and I'll locate as much as possible. And I was trying to do that with the long, so I was like, you know what, I I made some money on it. So then I bought here. This was 1/3, and my intention was fully to buy below VWAP and actually wait around VWAP to see what would happen. Okay, so yeah, this is the problem. So I was longing 750s on this account. Oh yeah, yeah, I was longing 750s, and then I was longing on this account. Yeah. Okay, so mistake number one. Um, to be honest, this is a mistake that I do often and I have to work on. Is I understand my risk for R, but because I don't have a risk manager and I I have an idea, like I have an idea how many shares I'm gonna go, and of course it's with a combination of where my risk level is. I never try to add to a loser. Um, by the way, so in case this is gonna be a long video, but would I do this again? Yes. Like today, I took a 40 loss, and I would do it again. But of course, there would be some things I would change. So one of the mistakes that I would change is I longed here at 750s. I was longing two different accounts, and in here, my thought process was, look, like I have an idea of the risk, or a rough estimate, but in this trade, I don't mind risking a lot more. One, because I'm a bit into the money, and the other thing is I was long APT. I made like 16 RR in that, and I was long AMRN. The thesis was correct, and I didn't make a lot of money, but still. Um, so a lot of the I rarely go long, but a lot of the longs, my longs were working, and the other thought process here was that it it didn't break yesterday's high. Yesterday's high was 974. Today's high is 974. So I was thinking if it pulls back to VWAP, for sure there's a very high chance likely that it's going to go into 2 p.m., into something, into the high of the day break, maybe 10 over under, and then I'll reevaluate. That is the problem. Okay. So now when what's the problem here? The problem here was that I had a risk, but it was not necessarily a dollar risk. For sure the share size that I had was very minimal. And one of the very idiotic mistakes that I'm looking back now, and I'm being honest with myself, is I didn't fully grasp in this account 780. Yeah, I mean, I expected that it would go to VWAP, and then below VWAP I would wait for a higher low, and then I would add. So here I was thinking, I was like, maybe 1/5 or probably 1/5 size. I had 1/5 size, and I was gonna add below VWAP. But the problem is because I was longing on the other account too, my subconscious emotions got involved. In the other account, I was longing right at VWAP, which was like 750, 751, which is literally a few cents above. Went below and came right above. it went to 7. It went below 7 or it went to 7. Okay. Yeah, it went to 7 and then it reclaimed to $8 quickly above VWAP. Okay. So what was my exit? I guess so. I am really proud of this ad here. My thought process was I would cut it if it stays heavy below VWAP. And more than likely it goes below VWAP, stays there for 5-10 minutes, and if it reclaims, it tends to rip higher. And I'm very proud of myself that I waited until the pullback. I didn't FOMO. I waited until the pullback and my risk was below 7. That was the thing, yeah. So here I think I added a good size. And then it washes below 7 and it instantly reclaims, which is for me is a very good sign. And then I added more. So here, I think I went uncomfortable size. This in here at 7. Here I went full size, which is below the VWAP because it was wicking. It was wicking. It pushed above. I really like this, but I think the big mistake here is below 7. I should have cut large, and it went below 7, instantly reclaimed. Actually, when that happens, then I go uncomfortable size, and at this point, I think I had too much size. That is the problem. I had too much size, and it went below 7 again, and then it instantly reclaims to 740. So there should have been a point that I cut. What I did is I went to full size and comfortable size, and then I fucked up. So up until this point, I did good. Up until this point, I did good. Let's see where else I could have seen that this was gonna fade. You know, one of the other indicators that I should have looked at is the volume. It was pretty weak on the pushes. We needed a strong push. So these ads are all horrible. This is all me. This is desperation. Because I think up to this point, I was probably like, I think I was like negative 40R. Usually my risk is not that high. It's supposed to be like 8, 10. It all depends on the trade. I'm very, very happy up until 2:30. But learning from hindsight, I should keep in mind of the volume. I like the price action here. So here, if I look at the chart, all these wicks, it's beautiful. This always tells me that, look, the wicks are happening, there's a buyer there. It's gonna need to have a push. So by the way, these guys can do an offering again, from my understanding, I think. So what I said earlier is, okay, anyway. So yeah, I should have stopped out here. And by looking that, you know what, this was tough because I think my average here now was 770. But when it pushed to 720, I think my average was probably 780, 770. When it pushed to 720, 730, I had a lot of shares. Like, I was uncomfortable. I try to do that only when I'm adding to the winner. That's the problem. I never try to add to lose. This is the first time in a long time. Okay. So yeah. Content here should have stopped. Volume when the push was weaker. For sure should have stopped out. these wicks were confusing because every time it washed, it reclaimed. It was either a buyer or a short covering. And I tried exiting some here too. It didn't sell. I was waiting for 750, 650, 6, and then I added again. Thanks. Took a nice loss on this. Okay, that's the trade. Would I do it again? Yes. How would I do it better? Honestly, calculate your R better. If any of you guys have tips for me, how do you, like, I guess it's so difficult for me because I don't add to a loser. The way I do it is I calculate what my risk would be on a trade. Let's say if it would be 500 or 1,000, I calculate where the area of my risk would be, and then I'm like, okay, this is how many shares I can put on. And once I'm in the money, I just double up, triple up, and go uncomfortable size, and then I risk break even. The problem is that maybe once a year I try to add to a loser. Not even once a year, maybe. I hope it's less than that, but ever since I listened to Ozark, I don't do that. So here, I think my calculation was not right. It was tough because I'm adding to a loser and I'm looking at my average because my brain is so used to being in the money when I'm uncomfortable that I couldn't take some off at 720, 730, like 740 because I was just like, I have way too much size. I'm just gonna wait till it reclaims. And at this point, I think it was, so when I was adding down here, like 750, like I think it wasn't even in my head that I was gonna stop out 675, and I should have. My real stop should have been below 7, for sure. 687 it should have been, but it washed reclaim. So, yeah. So how can I ensure that my R is always in check? And by the way, I know a lot of people, like sometimes when you hear me post 15 RR, 40 RR, people are like, just adjust your size. I just think differently because I withdraw money often. Each trade I have a certain dollar risk on it, and yeah, that's how my brain works. So nasty loss. Would I do it again? Yeah. I hope it was helpful. Long video. You made it this far. Click like. Um, Share with somebody that it helped. I know a lot of people, I don't want to be negative, but a lot of people enjoy seeing the losses, and I don't mind sharing it if it's helpful, beneficial, because it's definitely part of trading. And yeah, and I guess one of the other improvement that I need to do is with this account I'm doing well. I trail stop. Yeah, I gotta be more active on it. I gotta do more trail stops. I'm gonna be making a few more videos. So I shorted. I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna show a quick little teaser. So one of the other reasons why I had a lot of subconscious ego is I had a very good amount of shares and equity and options short in VVUS. Like as you guys can see, I literally shorted the crap out of every single pop on VVUS. $4 and $5. They paid me. I got $1.50 and I kept adding. This is very uncomfortable size, and now it's 1 cent. I shorted at like 140, and this other one. So a few wins back to back made it. One of the other things that I'm doing to improve is that I message my broker as of tomorrow. I hope and I pray that I will not go over. Like at negative 10R, it's gonna just lock my account. So it's a good sign. A good size loss. But I would do it again, just with proper, better risk management. Hope this helps. Give it a like, please share with somebody that it helps. And it feels good knowing that this makes a difference in somebody else's life. So take care, amigos. I'll see you guys in a bit. Oh, in the next video, I'm going to be talking about why I shorted VVUS and GBX yesterday. There's some really cool nuggets. I don't want to make this really long, longer than it is, so take care.